I'm not homophobic. I've gotten a lot of flack for saying something in the heat of the moment. I'm not homophobic. But I have no problems with transgender people or gay people. I don't care what color they are. I have no problems with, I'm not sexist or racist or any of that. But I have boundaries for me as a person, which makes me uncomfortable or comfortable that I just don't cross. And it's not militant. It's just that certain things I'm just not comfortable with. I'm a heterosexual man. I'm not comfortable with kissing a man, whether I got to do it for a role. And I commend actors who can handle that inside of their psyche. I'm not wired that way. And that's just me. And I know that.
Legendary and iconic actor Clifton Powell was recently interviewed on the Art of Dialogue's YouTube channel, where he explains that he is not homophobic, but he will not take on a gay role because as a man, he's against homosexuality and the idea of playing a gay character makes him uncomfortable. During the interview, he'd speak to the fact that he'd received a script to play Wayne Perry and refused because the role was for a bisexual man, with the scene set for someone to walk in on him with a man. Let's take a look at that.
I have, I've never seen a gay gangster, but I'm sure they have been. There was a guy out of DC named Wayne Perry who was bisexual. He was a gangster, biggest killer in DC. I just read about him. I wouldn't play him because there's a scene where one guy walks in and sees him having sex with a man, and I'm not doing that. But they may come and say, man, but we needed a guy that's rough and tough and can play those rough and tough roles. I'm not doing that. That's just me, So I don't necessarily, when I read something I don't like it, I don't give it a second thought. Just say I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. I seen an interview with Sean Branch where, he told a story about how he walked in on Wayne Perry with a man. So, yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. But he's one of the biggest killers in DC. It don't line up for me, but I can't. I don't get into people's sexual life.
All right, peace. Check it out, man. Round of applause for Clifton Powell, man. Yeah, we're gonna give him a round of applause. A man that stands for nothing, falls for anything. I applaud him having a moral compass, him having the fortitude mentally to say, nah, all money ain't good money. You feel me? I don't rock with that. I don't want to portray that. I don't want that in my psyche as a man. That's cool. The thing that is not so cool is whomever this director was that set Wayne Perry up as being a bisexual male, as being a gay male, as having a lover. You dig? That is not cool. That is not cool. It has been established that WP, Mr. Wayne Perry himself, is not a homosexual. If you remember, I posted this clip where I kind of made jokes to the effect that Wayne Perry was sleeping with one of his cellmates or one of his du-boys or something like that, and Poe took offense to that, and he stopped that immediately and said, nah. Matter of fact, listen for yourself. Here it go right here. Now that we done heard that, it's interesting that whomever this director is took the words directly out of Sean Branch's mouth. Walk in on him with a man. Somebody walks in the cell on him with a man. That is what Sean Branch came home spewing, the hate, the jealousy, the disdain he has for Wayne, made him go up on Queen's Flip and say this.
That's true. Wayne Perry indulged in homosexuality. Yeah. How do you know that was true, though? Because I seen it. Nah, son. Nah, man. Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No. Yo, I just gave you exclusive right now, bro.
Now, I checked that shit immediately. You feel me? I checked it immediately. Nah, it wasn't cool, nigga. Wayne saved this man's life. He was about to get stabbed up. Wayne stepped in between him and the knife. And this is the way he repays him. You feel me? He come home and throw dirt on his name trying to make himself bigger than what he really was. Nigga, you killed a nigga at an ice cream truck. Everybody want to make it seem like Sean Branch got 10, 12 bodies. Man, Sean Branch killed a bully that was taking his ice cream truck money. He beat 11 murders. That's because he didn't participate in 9 of them. Sean Branch got exactly 2 bodies. Now, if any other bodies he got, under the radar. But I'm tired of the bravado being spewed on his name like he's a real big killer. He's a murderer. He punched a blind man in the face and hospitalized him. How about that? He punched a blind man in the face. Legendary killer? I think not. You feel me? He got a book out. He's trying to sell his book, Murder and Mayhem, and this and that and the other, and that's cool, but it's not cool to sort another man down to try to shine up over him. You feel me? If you're going to shine regardless. If you bigger, you're going to be bigger. You don't have to try to sort the next man down in order to take his place in a natural order. You feel me? Now, again, I have to give Clifton Powell his flowers. He's a legend. He's an iconic actor. He's portrayed some iconic roles, some roles that are unforgettable out here. But the whole Wayne Perry being a gay gangster, and I just read about him, there's no way he read that somebody walked in on Wayne with a man. Unless he read that in the script. You feel me? There's no publications out here that are printing stuff like that. I haven't seen any. If you know of one, put it in the comment box. You dig what I'm talking about? But outside of that, I think it was a very, very great interview that was conducted on the Art of Dialogue. And everybody should watch because Clifton Powell has a story to tell. You dig? And I like it. So that's about all I got for this one, man. I got a couple more things coming. Some things you might like, some things you might not. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll be back up with it in a minute. Peace to the 5% nation of gods and earths. Until we meet again. I'll be back.